And they said, what do you know about roofs? I said, they're on houses.
Yeah.
Then I started.
Well, I've been doing this 8 years. That's about all I know about them, too. So.
You have women who really appreciate having a woman in a male-dominant industry. And I think, like, some women, they just trust other women a lot more because they've been burnt by, too many salesmen.
So then the day of the interview, you text me and said you hit a deer.
I did. I cracked my trade.
I just shrugged it off. I said, all right. Sure you did.
Because I had to buy a car to start.
I did not believe you hit a deer. Because people care less about price than they do about convenience, and then they care even less about convenience than they do about the experience. That's all people really want. That's why you get DoorDash.
Yeah.
You got it because you knew it was one click, very convenient, and the experience, they bring it to your door. Roman's Roof's the same thing, dude. Why does buying a roof have to be boring?
Oh, hey, oh. You are now tuned in to the best roofing podcast in the world, the Roof Trollz.
We're back. Roof Trollz, baby. Really excited about this one because I always enjoy it when we have some of our sales reps on the podcast. Not that these two deserve it at all, but
Funny guy.
they've been decent reps. I'm out here with my co-host Angelo. He's eating candy right now. The guy's never prepared for anything. White shirt. What are those? No, stop.
Why are you?
We're doing it again. I don't care. Stop. What are those? Are those like the bottom parts to a suit?
Yeah, they're dress pants.
Those really are.
Yeah, they are.
You wore dress pants with a plain white
Like
t-shirt.
you grab by
Well, I had a hoodie on, and we changed, and I didn't have a different shirt, so I took my hoodie off.
I want to make fun of the shoes, but I won't because you actually have a hat today that matches that, so that's kind of cool.
Oh.
Dwight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's
Yeah.
introduce the guests.
Okay, I'm just saying, I got to paint a picture, dude. If people aren't watching this on YouTube, which you should be, but if you're not, you're only listening to it on the podcast through their ears, they need to understand that this isn't a normal host that I deal with, guys. Like, he comes to work and stuff. I've known him for 20 plus years. Like, I get it. Angelo is this. Sometimes he comes in, $1 million, Mr. GQ. Other time he comes in, I'm like, dude, if I looked like you, I'd never dress like that. What's wrong with you?
Like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Yeah.
He has like different themes, like skater to then you look like a senator one day.
Yeah. He's a good looking
Like
dude,
Mr.
but
Rogers'
I
Neighborhood.
God, it's a little
Roof Trollz!
Roof Trollz!
Actually, this is the roast.
So, yeah, what? So, wow, that was great.
I like the shoes. I just do, what pants are those?
No, yeah, Roof Trollz. It's Eli and Angelo host today, and we have a couple of our reps, which is awesome. Like Elijah alluded to, it's fun. And, yeah, you guys want to introduce yourself? It's Abby and Ashley.
So, yeah, you guys want to introduce yourself? We'll just go ahead and introduce you for you, but go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, thanks. I'm Abby. I don't know what else to say. I don't know.
Well, what's your background? We'll get to Ashley over here in a second, but what is your background and how long you been at Romans?
My background is actually in the tech industry. So I got into sales, and then I got into roofing about 2019. And I've been at Romans a little less than a year now.
Good. Well, we're going to touch on how you got in here because that's always a fascinating story because none of us set out to be roofers. But why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. My name is Ashley. I came from sales background, but I was more into like furniture retail. So yeah, everybody told me to not do this. It was going to be a financial suicide, which is great, including my old boss, which I absolutely love. But yeah, everybody was just like, eh. My fiance was really the only one that was really supportive of me leaving.
That's usually how it goes. So I had the opposite experience. So when I was talking about going into this, because my fiance did not want me to do this. She thought that it would be a waste of time. But I started off at a different level than you guys have. So like coming into sales and coming into a company that actually has like a structure is different than what I experienced coming into it was I started off as a canvasser. So I wasn't even in sales. So when I quit doing what I was doing prior to that, and letting my family know that, hey, I was going to make this jump into sales. I wasn't even in sales yet. I was still door knocking, setting appointments for salesmen to go close them, for like a bonus structure, based off of how many leads I could set. I saw there was money into this. So then I wanted to make that jump anyway, but you having some type of support is good because a lot of us didn't. And how did you get into this?
So I had updated my resume. I mean, it just was like really bad where I was working. In retail, you don't get paid until it's actually in somebody's home. So if you sell $100,000, and you only deliver 40, you're only getting commission on 40,000. That sucks. So that makes it a little rough, but I got a message from Indeed from you guys, and then like I applied, and 5 seconds later I got, hey, take this test. It was like a business math test. Angelo doesn't even know anything about it.
Because we never set that up, so we don't know if when Kevin turned it back on first or what happened. But you're the only one that had to take some tests. That's not a
Weird, yeah.
That's not something we did.
Weird, but I had to do a business math test. And then I guess I did well. They
Must have
called
done
me.
good. I don't know. She ended up in here for an interview.
You're right.
You're lying. So.
Right.
We didn't know shit about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
First, I'm hearing about it.
It's a legit thing. My mom knows because I had to ask her a few of the questions. But yeah.
I would have cheated too.
But yeah, I mean, was it cheating? She's in a different country, but whatever. So then, like, I don't know, 4 hours later, then I got a message from you, and I came in for the interview, and it was great. So at my old job, my boss was like one of my best friends. He still is to this day. And when I came in for the interview with you guys, like I just felt like so like at home, like just really connected and like super chill. I wasn't even nervous. So it was really nice. I mean, you guys made everything seem like really welcoming. You were like, yeah, you could make tons of money, like rah rah. And then Angelo was trying to be like bad cop over here, doing right.
That's always that's doom and gloom. Well, you could make money, but he always wants to tell everybody that. I'm like, let's get everybody fired up.
Right.
He has a good point because he'll tell you that it's easy to fire
for
somebody. Yeah.
No, it's easy to sell somebody like what we do here, like the culture. And for people that don't know, a lot of places have salaries in this industry, but the salary, the 401k, the health insurance, like, hey, we're going to do all these things. It's easy to hype that up. It's not easy to
Like coming straight on commission.
when you come, yeah, exactly. You're straight in commission.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's just, we're so used to that because when you come from, you're trying to convince someone, hey, we promise you if you work hard at this and just follow our lead in 3 months, you're going to make money. Well, I'm like, dude, we don't have to do that anymore. We don't have to convince everyone that like this is the ticket. We offer a lot on top of that. Outside of just making good money, like we have a lot of benefits here. I've just been with him, like we got to stop selling it to everybody. Like they already want to work here. We got to dig deeper and find out who these people are.
I mean, everybody sees our stuff on Facebook, like, and everywhere else. Like, we're pretty legit.
Let's talk about you, Abby. We didn't get,
How did you get into this? You alluded to 2019.
Yeah, it's kind of like when I started interviewing. I was in the tech industry for a while.
What were you doing in tech?
Sales, slinging online advertising for Yelp.com.
Oh, I had a friend that worked for Yelp. What year did you work out of Chicago?
No, I started in Scottsdale office. I was there.
Oh yeah, you were there.
2010.
Yeah, okay.
So I was there a long time. Yeah, and then I kind of moved back. I applied for a marketing and like digital media position at another roofing company in Michigan City, and they kind of did the old bait and switch, and we got a hailstorm on the April 7, 2020 storm. And they said, what do you know about roofs? I said, they're on houses.
Yeah.
Then I started.
Well, I've been doing this 8 years. That's about all I know about him too. So.
Yeah, there was literally this old man, Pat. I think he like invented roofing, maybe flat roofing at least. He's been doing it forever.
Invented roofing.
We drove around in his Sprinter van and like, he overtalked. And then one day I just was door knocking while he was on an inspection, got one. And then I had to run my adjuster appointment. So that's how I learned everything pretty much through that.
That's awesome. And then,
how did you end up here?
Yeah, how'd you end up at Roman?
How did you end up getting here?
I have a funny story about this too. I don't even know if Abby knows, but I didn't even realize this until actually
I was working here and I texted you and I saw
6 months, 6 months after. So I scheduled an interview with her originally because I saw the experience from the other company on there, and I was like, all right, we'll set an interview. So then the day of the interview, you text me and said you hit a deer.
I did. I corrected my trade.
I just shrugged it off. I said, all right, sure you did. So I just tossed it out there. I'm like, I'll just get everybody else. We'll just do the interviews, whatever. Forgot about it completely. She's working here. Kevin interviews her, puts her through the whole process. I didn't even realize it. Then I realized, I'm like, oh, that's the one that supposedly hit a deer. But then you did hit a deer. Well, that's great that you hit a deer, but.
Because I had to buy a car to start.
I did not believe you hit a deer. I was like, man, I've had some people just tell me fuck off before in the interviews, but I was like, you're going to make up a story like you hit a deer?
No.
And plowed a deer.
Yeah, I had to buy a truck, or I bought my car to start here.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So that's really funny. I would
Be
have
a
been
woman driver also.
Yeah, I would have been the one to interview at that time. That was
February.
Yeah, that was last year, right? Yeah. Do you guys like working here?
Yeah, I love it.
No, it's terrible.
Yeah, I was going to say no.
No, I absolutely love it.
No,
I think we have like a lot of fun
the
here.
Britney Spears and the camera thing, and like Like, yeah, it's great here. It's great.
It's not.
That's fucked up, dude.
Isn't that what happened? That's
I don't know. It sounds like it, or like
Amanda was like explaining it.
She
to
just
you,
like had
something
there's
that-
like teardrops that just
Yeah.
fall out. She's
Yeah.
smiling.
no, what you're saying is true.
Yeah.
People are in the comments that like rub your face if you're in trouble. You know, and they're-
Yeah.
Do you know that like in girls' bathrooms
We did the
at
same thing
like
with just
clubs and bars?
You could say like Angel or something like that.
Yeah, they have
Like
like
angel
signs. If you come to the bar and say like this,
You want
and
an
we'll-
angel shot.
and
like,
we'll know that you need help, or
Yeah.
like there's a
Yeah.
guy you're trying to get away from, or like we'll be there to help you. I had to take Grace to do a bathroom once,
or you like
and I almost walked into the girls, and I had to turn around, but I remember seeing that, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like that's great. And then I asked Lauren about it. And she
or
was like,
with
"Yeah,
pickles, like
yeah." She was like, "There's that's like."
you go in there with Grace and they're like 8 of them are up there. We need angel shots. We need angel shots.
I was like, "Fuck, that's kind of crazy."
For Emily leaving the bar.
God, that's crazy. Yeah, it's a sick world we live in. We have to even do stuff like that. But you guys like Roman's Roofing, then I would
Yeah,
imagine.
I love it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that we do here that I wish like other companies I work for had done. Like the process is awesome.
Well, let's hear about it. We love to go.
One of the things that I liked the most about you guys when I first started was like, before I even decided I was going to take this, I asked if I could do a ride along, and I actually did my ride along with Abby.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yep. We did a ride along.
Oh,
Abby likes to get cute little clipboards and stuff for everybody that starts.
Cheer
like,
ladies.
hey, here we are.
That's awesome.
So, but yeah, we did a ride along, and then I think I came back. So when I left my interview, I went home immediately and told my fiance I was taking this job, and then I was like, all right, because it's like it was September when I started, so like I was really
Yeah,
worried
you
about like
start
the
with
winter.
the year.
Yeah, so I was really worried about like the end of the year, but. I mean, I just got out, started hustling, went with Abby a few times, and then they like switched teams on us, like everything. And it was good. December was only the scary month for me, because it was, snowy and cold, and it kind of sucked a little bit.
Holidays is the worst part.
Yeah.
We didn't want to break up the teams, but it's like kindergarten class. You know, you can only sit next to the same kids for so long, and you got to spice it up a little bit. So everybody's got to work together because then you get cliques, and then cliques can damage a culture.
Or sometimes your clicks go opposite.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
It's true.
there's like a lot of different things that happen with that. So
yeah.
But let's talk about like for anyone that may actually listen or watch.
There's a lot of people that watch. My mom watches from Canada.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think the obvious, question is
Am I single?
how.
Yeah.
I was
on fire.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think Roof Trollz.
For Ruth inspections.
Yeah.
No,
I'm available.
is how
Yeah.
hours a day. Yeah.
Right.
is how
You're
is
free.
it
I am not.
being a woman in sales? Because not that it's, I would say more recently, I think it's changing, but most is like because of the field it's in. It's in construction, right? Does it like how is being a girl in a pretty much boy dominated industry?
I've kind of always been a tomboy, so I have a lot of masculine energy, but I don't know, not on purpose, but it happens. But I mean, I think that sometimes when I first started, I would show up and they'd be like, "Oh, you're a cute little girl. Got a ladder in that little SUV."
Happy
there."
birthday, Shelly Thiel, by the
Yeah,
way.
like,
Roof Trollz podcast. Sorry, she walked down the hallway here. She was trying to creep down there, but it's her birthday, so I figured we'd give her a shout out real quick. Sorry, go ahead.
I think it's just like a lot of things in life. You just gotta like be educated, be to the point, be direct, like take it seriously. Other people are not, and then also too, like you gotta flirt with value.
Yeah.
That was a good answer. Flirt with value. I like that.
It's been a
The
month
first
for
thing
a
that
while.
she ever told me whenever I
I've had it for a while. I used to just talk over the phone,
Yeah. I think like sales is sales, right? So like if you can learn how to sell like one thing, if you could do it well, then you could pretty much sell anything, right? So for me, I just have a really strong, bold personality anyways. Like I'm kind of invasive sometimes, but you just have to be outgoing with that. I mean, but as far as like being a male dominant industry, like you just, as a woman, I feel like you have to know exactly what you're doing and what product you're selling and how it goes about it. Because sometimes we get people that are grilling you about like all the processes because you're just a girl. Like, oh,
No, that's what I was going to ask
girl.
you. That's kind of what my question was. Like, I know Angelo dove into what it's like to be female in the industry, and I'll never experience that. But
No.
no, well, you know what? I shouldn't say never.
Right.
It's a crazy world. we could win, you can win Olympic medals and then turn out to be one, but, and win Woman of the Year on top of it. But, it's, hey, we're controversial, baby. It's trolls.
Yeah.
But no, in all seriousness though, like, do you guys, I was going to ask about that. Like, how often do you find that, like, when you're in a conversation with a homeowner and you can gauge them and the vibes, like you can feel that
they're not responding
just because, and you know what
There's some women that want to have like a man tell them what to do.
Yeah.
I have zero problem. Kevin, Dave, and Josh know I brought him in. Like, she just wants a man to tell her what to do.
So I do know that side of it. So,
and there's men too. I'm like, they're not respecting me and like whatever. So honestly, I'll school them. Like, listen, buddy, like, I do construction also for a very long time.
I struggle with older people. Like when I go in front of someone who's over 80, dude, I wear straight bill hats. I'm loud as hell. I'm like full energy, tatted up. Like I gotta really soften up for them. Like, they gotta see my teddy bear side. Sometimes. You'll never see it. But yeah, sometimes. Sometimes I do, yeah. My daughter gets to experience it, and anybody who's willing to hand me a check, they'll experience it as well. But yeah, not a lot of people.
I think that, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of things that like females in general like bring to construction. And my last like company I worked at, we did a lot of like I don't know, my drawings, my blueprints were better. Everything was just more like detail oriented. My pictures, things like that, like attention to detail. I worked a lot off of referrals because, people buy from people they like.
Yeah.
And women can be a little bit softer if they need to be.
I literally did an inspection and like signed this guy, which we eventually like weren't able to help him because he had a previous fire like in his attic. So we weren't able to help him because it would have just messed up like everything.
Oh, I saw after was charred and stuff.
Yeah, it was like all charred and like I'd never seen anything like that before. I'm like, what is this? It was super crazy because like at the end of it, like it was my deal. Like, but I had my partner with me at the time and like, I was like, all right. And I stuck my hand out to shake his hand. And he was like, he just looked at me like all crazy and then shook my partner's hand because he was a man.
Oh.
And I was like, that's cool. Like, so you get your challenges like that sometimes. You just roll with it. I mean,
whatever gets the sale, to be honest. I'm like,
like, oh, you need a guy to come in here and talk to you like this, like that's cool, like that's fine. I mean, I could tell you the same exact thing, but you're not gonna listen. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
But like for the most part, like we don't really, I mean, I don't anyways really have any pushback. That was really the only one time that I ever had like some serious.
But it's probably more powerful with like the housewives and stuff like that, because a lot of us, in sales in general, that's where you run into the problems. That you get the guy and he's all about it. I go talk to my wife, and then we get in there with her, and then she thinks we're just trying to push some sales tactics off on it. So you guys probably have an insight there. Yeah, it's probably different, more comfort level there.
Yeah,
I was in there like, women doing it,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, once again, the pride.
Yeah, they're like girl power.
Yeah, there's probably like a whole proud side.
What's up, bitch? Get colors later, honey.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a real thing. They, I don't know. I mean, you have women who really appreciate having a woman in a male dominant industry. And I think like some women, they just trust other women a lot more because they've been burnt by, too many salesmen, right?
Yeah. And we'll answer our phones too,
Well, what do you guys think is why most women, do you think they're just nervous, or like why do you think there's not as many women doing this particular? Because I feel like when we interview some girls, or I should say women, once we start telling them a little bit more like, hey, you're working 5 days, possibly 6, you're going to be out in the heat, you kind of tell them, hey, it's good. Obviously I know you can kind of scare somebody, and you can scare a guy too. You're going to be doing all this work, you're going to be out in the summer, you're going to be out in the winter, then on top of that, are you scared of getting on roofs? I feel like men just do it because of the whole machismo thing, whether they're nervous or not, they'll just say they'll do it. But like with a girl, I mean, I'm just curious, like, do you think that's why less, women get into this?
I think you have to be a special kind of person, like, as far as like women go. I mean, because there's different.
I have no commitments. I don't have kids.
Yeah.
My son is going to tell me that I can't be on a roof till 9:00 at night. Like,
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different things, right? So you have like your really pretty girls that like, they gotta, whatever and then you have the ones that get catered to all the time, and then you have like the girls that are just screw it, like let me do it myself, right? Like, I mean, I've always do it myself, so like
I kind of like working in a male dominated industry because that's less bullshit, like girl, like sneak behind your back catty crap. Like, I don't have time for that. This is my job. Let's get it done.
Yeah,
and it's a lot more fun, honestly. The humor's better.
Yeah, this is like literally the funniest. Like, I have so much fun at work. Like, sometimes I like come to work even though I don't like need to.
Well, so people don't know. So obviously, we have 2 women sales reps. We have a third woman sales rep. our office admin. She's obviously a woman.
The head of our building department.
That was what I was going to get at. Like, who
is
runs
a
our
woman.
production
Yeah.
is a woman. So I feel like it's just one of those.
Yeah, shout out Diane.
But we're all kind of like this.
Everybody loves
But
Diane
a lot of us have
until you're on the
the
receiving end.
mentality.
Yeah, once you're on the receiving end of Diane, you will not love Diane as much.
I think, like, so I just,
I do love Diane.
Me too.
I love Diane, and, like, I just call Diane, like, to ask her how she wants me to do something. So that way I always stay on her good side.
Oh, Suzanne, you out of here?
I'm out of here.
Man,
Suzanne.
must be nice to work part-time.
Yeah,
Suzanne, you're great.
Okay.
I lost my train of thought now. Oh, the lady with the dogs and stuff, like just building camaraderie with the homeowners and stuff like that. Like, that's just,
Kind of helps. Like,
that's where it's at, because people care less about price than they do about convenience. And then they care even less about convenience than they do about the experience. That's all people really want. That's why you get DoorDash.
Yeah.
You got it because you knew it was one click, very convenient, and the experience, they bring it to your door. Roman's Roofing, same thing, dude. Why does buying a roof have to be boring?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
laugh. It would, like, I would go out with your brother and Dave and like Jen. We would have a blast. Like,
Yeah.
And I was telling Sean
Oh, my brother's
earlier, but like,
ridiculous.
literally, we'll be in the truck with and Josh and Dave will pull up into the driveway at like it's winter time, so the homeowners like sees you pull in and they're staring at you like usually through the glass door. They'll sit there and just like let them marinate for a minute and like stare at the homeowner in the car, like window
And then-
up, and I'm like
and then
having
get out.
anxiety, sweating, like oh my god, they're staring at us, like, and then like they both like enter out like no, we demand respect. Here I am like hey, what's up, hey, right away, like running to the door when they see me, and they make so nervous, but
Yeah, it's so
it's also
funny.
great to have them too, because like
And those are
it's nice.
those two are two completely
100%.
different sales reps too. I remember we always talk about I don't understand how in the hell my brother's good at this job. I don't get it. He doesn't have the personality for it. It's just not,
But he does. He like changes.
Yeah, he's a chameleon.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
was
really
gonna
miss
say
his mustache. Like,
There's
that's
different.
That's like,
Oh, dude, the curl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my
Great.
shit.
It
Yeah,
was
his
great.
wife hates it. And
I told him he needs to break
Oh, it's so cool.
I think it's amazing. I think like
So
encourage
cool.
it.
Yeah, and every time he does something
Gosh.
different, it's like he takes on a whole new persona.
And like when he started wearing the reading glasses.
Oh, he was a scientist. Yeah.
Yeah, and then everyone.
You know about the Dewey Decimal System? I do.
No,
Now he's done.
the glasses. He doesn't wear them anymore.
I never see him in a
Oh,
mall.
my
if I don't-
God.
Now he's got the Cubs
He
hat,
loves
and
them.
he's the team lead. Now he's the go-getter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can't wear glasses.
His second day on the job, we were driving around in Michigan City, and I was like, what the hell is my brother's pitch even going to be like? I just envision him, and I was telling Matt this, and I'm like, I just envision him like just telling the homeowner what's going to happen. Like just, this is what you're going to do, and this is how you're going to do it. We're like all laughing, like making up scenarios in our head and shit. We were dying laughing the whole week we got hired. So I finally pull up to this house in Michigan City. He's getting his first sign.
No.
And his very first one. And we go in the backyard because I meet David in the front. It's me and Matt. And we're like, where's Josh at? They're like, oh, he's in the back. Go back there. I'm not making this up, guys. He's got a cigarette in his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
And he tells the homeowner, he goes, she comes out and she goes, what'd you need? He goes, I need the policy. Just go in there and it's in the upper right-hand corner. He's like, the policy number will be on there. He goes, you got plenty of dams. I'll walk you through it when you get out of here. And she's like, oh, okay. And just goes in and gets the policy number. She comes back out. He's sitting there and he's like, yeah, we're going to try to get him to buy it. You know how they are and blah, blah. She's like, yeah, I get it. And he's like, all right, yeah, just sign here. We'll figure this out. And it was exactly what I thought it was going to be. But for some reason, it was like working. And I'm like, dude, what the?
It does though, but he also polishes it up sometimes too. Like I work with Josh probably the most. Like he was the first one out of all the guys. Like that was like hey, we'll let her in. We'll work with her. Like
Yeah.
So it works well for us. But he will sometimes just cool, or I'll see him like get real like, oh yeah, and like where did that come from? Why?
What Josh is that?
Dave is like so consistent. Like
Oh, bro.
and he'll like his tonality stays the same, but he'll also make you feel like kind of
A piece of shit.
Yeah.
No, he'll make you feel like a scumbag if you don't do it. And then you gotta tell David 10 times at least no before he's walking away.
I know. We were doing one.
Why?
We were in the back of a house, and we stepped on a ground beehive, and Dave and I literally got it was Dave called it was he said it was numb. Felt like numb. We had beehive stings everywhere. We're dying in the street. And that homeowner did not sign with us, and Dave was like, we were stung everywhere, flipped out on him, and I was like, I'll allow it today. Like,
That's amazing. I was at a house one time with him and he was like, he got it. He's like, the guy's like, no, I'm not interested. And Dave's like, well, why not? And the guy's like, I just told you I'm not interested. And Dave goes, no, I know that, but like, why? Like, why don't you want new siding and new roof? And the guy's like, well, because you can't get new siding and new roof. And Dave goes, well, why do you think that? Why do you think that why would I be here right now if I couldn't do that for you? And the guy's like, what does this take? And David's like, I got to look at your roof like I told you. And he goes, well, why? And David's like, well, why not? And we're already at that point. Like, I need to see if the damage is up there. And the guy's like, and then what? The damage is there and you just get it bought? And he goes, well, yeah. He's like, that's why you pay insurance. And the guy's like, we'll go up there, but I'm not agreeing to anything. So I'm like, I'm up on the roof with him. David's like, yeah, we got to look around. And I'm like, David, stop for a minute. That guy just told you no like 6 times. Like, I would have walked. And he like literally made it clear he wasn't doing anything. He was like, yeah, he was like, he just does that. He'll sign. And I'm like, what? Like, what? This is your method? And he signed. And the guy probably told David 2 or 3 more times in the house, like he wasn't doing anything. And David was just like, well, why not? Like, why? I don't understand. Like, why? And that's his thing. Like, why? And make him explain it.
Or he repeats it, and then it makes him, he's like, oh, so no one made you sign that contract? So Abby never came out there and saw you? That never existed?
Yeah.
I think that's the thing, like in sales, right? Like, because like in the mattress industry, right? My old boss, I think he got told no like 26 times before like he finally made the sale. And like, that's like a lot.
Well, hang on really quick. Who goes to a mattress place to not try to buy a mattress? Why are you saying no that many times?
This is really funny. So, like, the mattress industry, you'll have people, you will literally have people be like, okay, they look at this bed, they lay down on it, and then they're like, well, how many coils is in there? Well, how many coils do you want it to be? Like, does it matter? Like, does it feel good? Like, so that's where, like, you get into it, because people will come in there and they literally act like they know everything. Or they'll go on Amazon and they'll buy their mattress. Okay, well, you just bought a mattress for $400. It's going to be great, right? For whatever time, maybe it will, maybe it won't. But you have to be like properly fitted for a mattress. So people come in there all the time acting like they know what's going to happen. But what they don't understand is if you get a good quality mattress like Tempur-Pedic or Beauty Rest Black, or
I have the Beauty Rest Black, changed my life.
Yeah, so they're fantastic. So
price.
But no matter where you go, that class, that same exact model is always the same. They're price locked. So act like you're shopping around if you want to. You're not going to get a better deal than that. Like, I mean, it is what it is.
I think people get shocked by the price. So when I went to buy a mattress, I had a price in my head, and I nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. Because we got 2 of them, and it was like 6 G's. Yeah. And I'm like, man, this is like crazy. Yeah. But so I bought a $3,500 mattress. It's it stays cooling. It's a black beauty. It's beautiful. Yep. And then I bought a $200 comforter for my first time goose down comforter. Yeah. And Amanda bought me some really nice pillows. I don't even know what those were, what they cost. But dude, I sleep on a cloud every night.
Man, sold me on a mattress.
Yeah.
Have you not bought one? I won my whole life, but that was my first one I bought.
I could sell you a mattress right now.
I bought mine during COVID. I bought
Lauren,
a nice one.
Lauren brought a mattress.
You didn't go with her?
No, like
she brought it.
We've had it for fucking.
Yeah, you should go get one.
Yeah.
If it wasn't one of those things, bro, but it's like when you buy your first like steamer for the wood floors, or you buy your first like real vacuum, because we've all had vacuums and we thought they were nice when we were single men. I remember I bought some fucking green like see-through and it's like got its twisting on it. Now I got a I'm like, dude, this vacuum's badass. Then Amanda goes out and buys $400 on a vacuum. I'm like, whoa, what? $400? Then she used it. I'm like, oh, this is the shit.
So when you and your wife decide that you were going to go get a mattress, I'll let Jason know over where he works.
Yeah, I need to get
funny story. Didn't you sell Jim a mattress?
I did.
How was that? Do you remember the experience?
So
He's a tough guy.
I was actually in a Belle costume because I dressed up as Belle from Beauty and the Beast. I was doing a meet and greet for all the kids down there in Downers Grove.
Oh, okay.
And so I bought it from his wife, actually. So
that's even worse then.
Yeah.
She was like grilling you.
I don't, if I could see her, then I would know her. Because I know, all my customers, I had, a 4.9
Christmas party.
I know, but I didn't see her.
Oh.
Jim is like...
You won't see her again. No. You won't see her again in person. He's laughing because he knows. I've worked with Jim. I'm not lying to you. I've worked with Jim all except for 2 years since 2017. That's how long we've been working together. 2 years I was with another company and I did not work with him. But outside of that, I have been working with him. We both started the same spot. We got
how great Romans is.
We got our PA license together, everything.
This is the first time she's went to a company.
So yeah, I have seen her a total of 2 times in my entire life.
That's awesome.
In like a decade of working together.
So he's told her something right.
Yeah, so and they're actually getting ready to go buy a mattress from my fiance for his mother-in-law. I think it's his mother-in-law.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He's got a castle now. So
so everybody at Romans here, they got the hookup on a good mattress,
Man, let's talk off the air about what the hookup is.
Hey.
Yeah. It'll be, I mean, I would imagine, it ain't, yeah, it's not gonna be cheap, bro, unless you go for like a cheap one, but if you get the Black Beauty one, dude, I got mine from Indiana. What is it?
Indiana Furniture?
What is it called?
Beauty Rest Black.
Beauty Rest Black?
Yeah.
Oh, Black Beauty, it's a Black Beauty.
Black.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Oh, that man. Whoa. But yeah, no, that's it's awesome, dude. I love it. But I got ours from Indiana Furniture, and they have that like 1 year. They have the 1 year financing where you don't pay anything for the first year, and then if you pay it off early, there's no like nothing. So I just we got it, and then we just ended up paying off the first year.
You should do your homework some more.
No,
There's other places that have 0% interest for up to 36 months. I promise you, at American Mattress, they use Synchrony, and for 36 months, 0% interest.
Who do you work
Period.
for?
Yeah, I was going to say, she's selling
Right.
hard.
Yeah, you're trying right now.
Listen, my fiance still works there. I
Well,
have to sell.
let him sell then. Also, he should work here now. I don't know what.
So, like, he has been with them for like 23, 24 years. And so, like, he's solid. Like, he runs $1 million store in Highland, Indiana, and he is like set. He does not like change at all. No matter how trying and how miserable he can get sometimes with it, because sales is sales, right? Like, so you have your peaks and valleys. So, but I mean,
Sales is sale, but commission's not commissions. And the experience is not the experience.
And experience means everything. So,
Yes.
like, when you leave a company and you just feel like garbage and you're driving an hour to work every day and you're like, oh, I don't want to go to work. Like, I'm at work, like, at like 9:30 every single day, and I don't even have to be here until 10 or 11 o'clock. So, like, I enjoy being here.
Yeah.
Like,
It's fun. It's like
the
a game.
culture here is like phenomenal. I've never worked for a company that I have literally felt like everybody was my brother and sister. Legitimately, just everybody helps everybody. Everybody's super cool. Like, we're just trying to help people out there. That is the biggest thing that sold me too. Like, to be able to get somebody a whole new roof and all new siding for as low as their deductible. What in the hell? People don't even know. They think it's a scam.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. We've had situations, now this isn't very common, but we have had situations where literally a couple grand go back to the homeowner.
So that happened.
Paid and the job's done.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't go to lunch.
Amazing.
So that happened with my father-in-law. Like, he's getting like a couple grand.
And he left a 5-star review, right?
Well, he doesn't know how to do that, but Jason will be.
Okay, well, I hope so. Yeah, I hope so.
Jason's like, all of his stuff is on there.
A customer that gets money back, they need to hook you up with some holes and everything. Yeah, it's the whole shebang at that point. Yeah, you did well beyond what you were supposed to. Like, you exceeded expectations.
I really, like, honestly, like when we did that, so that was like one of the first ones that I did, because I'm like, oh, I got to get a contract, right? Let's go over here. Dad'll do this, like, because he needed it. Like, there were certain spots he's talking about his fascia and like whatever, and so like I went over there. I remember doing the inspection and I was so hot. Like, I was like circling stuff. Jim's like, what is this, Ashley? Like, what are you circling? Like, I couldn't even see straight. I was so hot up there. Like, I was just sweating like profusely. It was horrible. I had to come down off my father-in-law's roof like 3 different times. Like, it was horrible.
Oh,
it was
man.
so hot.
What month was that? Was it September?
Yeah. So it was like my second week.
Is it a black shingle?
Yes.
Okay.
And, well, it's like a blue black, but it's like more black than it is blue now. And his roof is like 20 years old. My roof's fine. I'm like, Dad, like, come on.
He knows somebody burned his whole hand on some shingles. Like, just burned
somebody at Lux.
Yeah, just burned it.
My first roof that was like that.
That's when I realized, like, holy shit, I need to start drinking more water. Because
I thought somebody was burning tires one time. I was
the bottom of your soul.
I'm like, it smells like, what the hell is that rubber smell? And the dude I was with is like, bro, it's your shoes. And I'm like, no way. I like, pick my shoes up. It's like sticking. And I'm like, dude, I'm getting off of here. Like, what the hell?
Like, so you wear your Vans all the time or whatever. So I had like a pair of Blowfish that I used to wear when I first started. And I was like, oh no, like, this is stupid. Like, I can't, like, my feet get so hot on the bottom of them when it's hot like that. I'm like,
it's crazy, dude. Like, shoes like that, it's just like the best on the roofs.
Yeah, I've worn a bunch of shoes.
Yeah, I've worn Cougar Paws, Nikes, everything. Like, my Adidas shell tops were always the best. Yep. They were just the best on the roofs.
100%.
But my big ass ain't climbing anything over an 812, so that's also another reason why. You ain't getting on anything over an 8 either.
Listen.
I want to see that.
Yeah. Eddie took
I want
a
to see you
picture of
crab
me.
walk.
Eddie.
Oh, with the goat?
No.
You got to go down the valley.
No, I was
that's the only way to do it. I
was in the valley, standing on the top like this.
There's times where you climb
I'll
up there.
send you the picture.
Please do.
Well, I'll tell you later. I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
you can't. Yeah, don't.
I was gonna say I'll tell you what the.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I will have to see it because I don't know. That's tough.
It's steep. All the guys called like, so I was over there doing that, and like this is a whole real thing. Like some of the guys, like if they are scared to get up on the roof, like everybody's like, call Ashley, like she'll get up there, like go, like whatever.
That's a good reputation to have. Also, don't say scared to get on the roof because they're supposed to be doing that. We have people that are scared.
Well,
We need to
scared.
conquer that.
Not like scared, but you know what I mean. Like it's just not something that they feel comfortable with. Like
I think it's too steep.
yeah, I mean some of the guys are like bigger, so they don't want to.
Yeah, it's.
I mean that's
I'm the
legit.
biggest sales team out.
Right.
Indiana.
That's the true
Team
thing.
Too
though.
Fun, right?
Yeah, Team 2, yeah. Big back roofing. That's what we do. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. We always take pride in that, though. Like I always say, it's like the movie Heavyweights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Percusizing.
Oh, dude.
Josh
Tony
was like,
Perkins so
I'm
good.
feeling
Josh was like
Tony.
making fun of me the other day because we were talking about going to the gym, and I was like, I did some of these, and then I did some of these, right? And he's like, oh, big back Ashley. It's stupid.
That's awesome, though. But then you could throw your ladder around, so that probably like gains credibility.
That's why I
too.
started going to the gym, is because like when I get into like Eddie's ladder that's like way bigger than mine that fits in my little Corolla, I need some muscles to do that. I mean, when I was working at American Mattress, like I would sling, king and queen size mattresses by myself around my clearance center, but like it's different. I haven't done that since September.
Yeah, it's like that hidden strength. That's like Amanda, too. Amanda will move.
Well, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah,
She'll move
that's right.
fucking dressers and
Exactly,
shit around.
muscle
I'm
memory.
like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah.
Women, that's the thing, dude. Women are a special breed. Lauren's same. I would cut. She'd be like, "Can you move this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I didn't get up, so apparently she has to go move it.
Yeah.
And then she just moves, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing? Stop that!" She's like, "I'm fine." I'm like, "I mean, you're moving it." Like, I guess, but like, will you put it down? Like, fuck.
Well, in your
Like-
guys' situation, I mean,
Mm,
What is that? What does that mean?
I don't even know what
but
that means.
I mean,
I do.
she's got to be pretty equal strength to you.
Are you out of your mind, dude? I'm a
You don't
grown-ass
think so?
man.
I'm a grown ass
I-
man, he says.
I don't know, bro. I see Lauren walking around all the time. She was carrying 2 kids, one in each arm, just guns flaring. I see her
So-
on the bike. I see her working out in the garage. I see her as just
I mean, she's a bad bitch. I ain't gonna lie.
But then I see you.
So moms have like they're like a different breed, right?
Oh yeah.
Because like when you go grocery shopping with your mom, like you're not making multiple trips because you have to make sure like the baby's not doing anything like all messed up like in the house or like getting into anything they're not supposed to. So they will literally carry like 25 bags of groceries on each arm just so they.
I think that's every man.
That's
We
it.
call
That's the
we
thing.
call that the 2-trip bitch, and that's I'm not one of those. Like that's what's one. If we can get it done in one,
Yeah.
and
I'm
then
in Arizona. I'm not.
and then my fiance doesn't care at all. Like Amanda never looks at me like that, but in my eyes, I think she does. So I grab all those bags, and then I'm thinking when she's
Cleaning
behind me,
yourself
she's
with
like,
soul.
she's like
Yeah.
watching me, and I'm like, you see this? You see this? She don't care. She
Veins
thinks,
popping out.
I'm big and stupid.
He's just bringing
I
in.
was gonna say the R word. She got mad at me when I said the R word last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't like that word.
No, they don't. She especially doesn't like it.
Yeah, shout out to Lauren. So where do you guys see yourselves let's just say this season? What do you guys got for goals, ambitions, drives, something you're looking forward to?
So one of my goals is like 1.5 million. That was one of my goals for like my money.
Like you're talking revenue sold. What do you plan to do though? Like what's your goal? Like,
Work.
well, I hope so. Your ass ain't gonna be around a lot if you don't, but yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, send videos and edit out there. You both do a good job with that though. But what are you gonna do though? Like, what's your goals? Like he said, like everybody you ask in sales is gonna say the same shit. 1 million, 1.5, 2, 2.5. Our guys will say 2, and with a $30,000 work ethic. But
So I'm
what are
gonna
you gonna
my
do
car off.
with? Okay, there you go. Now
Yeah.
we're talking.
Like when I got my Toyota Corolla that I own, not the company car, my interest rate was like 25% because I totally like pissed off like my whole credit like for like years. And so I have like 25%. I'm paying like $600 a month. Do you know what kind of vehicle I could have for $600 a month right now, bro? But I mean, like, what am I doing, right? So I just need to get out from underneath it so I can just get rid of it. I actually hit up Matt for Mitch's number so I could like go to Toyota.
Oh yeah, Mitch is the plug. He'll
Yeah.
If I didn't get what I got, I was gonna go to Mitch anyway.
Yeah.
But they didn't have what I wanted.
So I'm really like big fan of like keeping it in the know, like in all my people like around here, people that I work with, if they're in different fields or anything like that. Like I just always want to make sure that I'm taking care of the people that like I'm around.
What about Abby? What are you gonna do? What's your game plan?
I want to buy a new house at the end of this year. Honestly, yeah, I'd like to maybe renew my Michigan sales license before it expires and expand into Michigan. Wink, wink.
Oh, dude, it's happening. It's happening.
I'll lose my salesperson license by June if I don't renew it and have a company to sponsor me.
Oh, well, you need to get. Well, we're talking. I mean, we're trying. Angelo.
Well, yeah, I would like to even work out that way. And honestly, this year I'm just upselling a lot more retail.
Nice. That's our expansion plan. So we want to go Michigan, and then we want to do. We have the Aurora, Illinois office. We got the Hobart, Indiana office, and then hopefully we'll get somewhere near New Buffalo, Michigan.
Yeah, it's like I grew up right there. Everyone I know is like right over the border. I can't talk.
And then hopefully just move down from there. Like
even South Bend, like I had a lot of like.
Well, that's the point of opening Michigan, so you don't necessarily have to attack just that market because you have Fort Wayne, Goshen, Elkhart, South Bend, Mishawaka, yeah.
Mishawaka's so nice. I just went there. And
that mall's so badass.
Yeah.
They have a cool outlet mall there.
I didn't go there. We just, for November, like for Thanksgiving, like I spent Thanksgiving with my dad and like we went to Mishawaka Lake and that was super, super nice.
Jim is bothering me about, because we got the home show this weekend.
Yeah, I have to pee as well, and I have a 5 o'clock appointment.
Yeah. Hey!
All right, so, yeah.
All right, wrap it up. Thank you guys for coming on and talking a little bit. It was fun to kind of get to know you guys a little bit more, talk a little bit about yourselves.
As you guys are huge supporters of Roof Trollz, and we appreciate all the shares that you guys give us and support that you guys do in watching the Roof Trollz. That's why I wanted to have you guys on. Thought you guys would be cool guests, so it worked out really well. And then, as always, guys, I'll see you on the next one.